I had a scary murderer chase me all night long in my dream.
Oh, honey.
To the point where the dream was so exhausting, I had to wake up. It was more exhausting than scary.
Oh. Yeah.
I'd find a place to hide in a town or something, and next thing you know, I get some kind of...
Scary murderers right there.
I get some communique that he's getting close again, so then I have to take off again. This dream was exhausting, and I woke up, and I slapped my face a few times, just wake up, shake up the brain so the brain forgets this dream, and we'll try another dream.
What are you afraid of
I love
facing?
nightmares. Love nightmares.
No, he did. He's not afraid. He faced it. That means you worked it out.
He was running away from it, and it keeps getting close.
Yeah,
and
no,
he
but
keeps hiding.
when you work
Dream
hard,
analyzing blows.
No, I'm very good at it.
Dream analyzing.
One time I
sucks.
dreamt I was
all
flying.
dreams mean the same thing.
Sucks.
It's the Jews trying to control your mind. That's what every dream is. Every dream is that.
But I'm tired because it was exhausting. It was just exhausting.
Yeah. Nightmares are exciting. They're fun. I love having nightmares. The scarier, the better. You wake up, you're like, holy fuck. But it's like you were in some cool movie. And then you're up and everything's fine. You had, and I've talked about this before, you have like the hugest life-threatening problems.
Right.
And in a second, they're gone when you wake up. It's like, that's fixed.
That is the
Thank
greatest.
God, because I was up for murder
Yeah.
of somebody.
I have
and
this,
now I'm
the one
fine.
I have all the time is being in an airplane and we're flying like through a city, there's no way we're not hitting those buildings.
I've had the one.
And the pilot's like apologizing. I know we're a little low. Please bear with me. But the thing about that dream every time is that I tell myself, this time this is not a dream. I always dream this.
Yeah.
But this is real. And I'm just sure it's real.
I have that one all the time. We go to take off. It's always on takeoff, and there's trees and a field, and I'm like, oh my God, I could hear we don't have enough power.
Yep.
We're not off the ground, and we're going into the trees. Always.
Right.
And the plane never takes off right.
No.
And I'm the same way. I go, I know this is a dream. But every time it happens, like, holy why the
That's your mind telling you. It's a symbolic of being afraid that your plane is going to hit something.
But that's abstract. You really go deep.
Anthony's onto something, though. When you wake up from a horrific dream where you think you're going to prison for life, I don't know, whatever it is, and you wake up and realize it was just a dream, it is the greatest feeling ever.
That's the biggest one I have all the time is I'm just hanging out, and then it hits me, and my memory goes, wait a minute, I help people kill somebody.
Well, that's what I always have a dream that I murdered people.
Yeah,
and that
they're buried somewhere.
Like someone, I'm in a room and they're knocking on the door to make me pay for my murders.
Really?
And I'm like, that's it. This is the end.
See, I don't get that. I get the one where I've killed somebody, and they're after years, they're on to me. Like the cops are starting to come to the door and go, we found something, and then I'm like, and I start thinking, I'm gonna be in prison for my whole life because I did do this. I'm like, I did it. And then you wake up and go, good.
I dreamt that I was driving a bus. I drove a bus into a crowded intersection and plowed down about 40 people and killed them.
Fantastic.
And then everybody was at the bus windows, banging on the windows, trying to get in at me.
That's actually what I jerk off to.
And then I woke up and thought, oh, thank God.
I dreamt the other day, and this is the truth, and I actually talked about this in therapy.
Yeah.
I dreamt that my mother walked into my room, but the room I live in now, and took a cat litter box full of cat shit and dumped it into the trash in my bathroom. And I said, don't do that. Don't leave that in here. And she belligerently dumped the cat shit into my bathroom garbage can and then walked out.
Wow.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I actually dreamt
Hopefully it means something, not just I don't want mom dumping cat shit.
I actually dreamt the other night. I have a friend who doesn't talk to me anymore. Like, I have a friend who broke up with me.
Why?
I don't know. Like, I wrote him an email saying, I'm not sure what happened, but I miss your friendship. And he never wrote back. He just doesn't talk to me anymore. And I had this dream the other night that I was at his father's funeral. I don't think his father is really dead, but that he's Jewish, and that at Jewish funeral, his father gets put into a giant garlic, a big head of garlic,
clove of garlic, head, whatever.
A big giant head of garlic, and that he wanted me to carry this big head of garlic to the funeral.
Means a lot to the Jewish people.
But it wasn't part. He's like, I just need you to carry it to thing and then stop, and then we'll take it from there.
Oh.
Like, I was just carrying his dead father in a giant garlic as a favor, and he wouldn't even, I'm trying to make small talk with him. He wouldn't even talk to me while I'm doing it. And then at one point he's like, okay, that's far enough. Like, because I'm not Jewish, he wouldn't let me come the rest of the way.
Well, selfish. Maybe he was sad about his father being dead. You're thinking it's about you.
That's right.
It's sad that the man who raised him is now in a garlic head being carried by a fucking redheaded creep.
So maybe he should have helped carry
Jew. Who gives a shit?
But wait, no,
that's the oddest thing too. When dead people show up in your dreams, and stuff, and you hang out. Like, my father occasionally pops into my dreams.
That's real, by the way.
And then you're like,
that's real stuff.
You're like hanging out and talking. It's like, hey, you don't even think twice about it. And then you wake up and go, ew, that was creepy. He's been dead. He's
still alive in your dreams.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, there's actual communication going on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you read a book or two on near-death experience.
How come it's usually hanging out talking and not driving drunk in his pickup truck with me in the passenger seat scared?
What is he saying to you in the dreams?
Nothing.
They're
it's like
people, Anthony.
It's small
Don't
talk.
hate them that much. They're people.
No, he wouldn't say that.
No, you must.
In anyone's wildest dreams.
He's making sure you carry the torch for the Kumias.
Yes.
Do not forget the lessons I taught you when you were 5 years old. Well, you just wanted to go outside and play. Well, this guy says, Tom and Philly, I had a dream that the show I listened to 5 hours a day once pretended to drop bra bombs on a TV station. What a nightmare.
Then he woke up and realized, we never did that.
Yeah.
I'll never bring that up.
And then you get Thomas from Dallas. Were you dreaming, Opie, that you were the young Opie and the older Opie was out to kill you for the blimp thing? Linger longer.
Should have.
All right, back to Chris Berman.
It's interesting because the two things I know about you is running away, scared.
What do you mean?
Because the one story that really resonates to me about you is the one where they taught you about sex in school.
Oh, yeah, that was
And
horrific.
then told you that your parents know, and then you ran into a tree.
Come down. An apple tree.
An apple tree. A very poetic tree.
I was 11.
It wasn't even like a fern. It was an apple tree.
I was 11
tree.
or 12.
That's the real George Washington story, by the way.
Well, I was, back when you're 11 or 12, you're getting your sex, knowledge from other kids that sort of like get a tidbit here. That was good enough for me.
Yeah, exactly.
To see the film and then be warned that the parents are prepared for you to come home from school so you could have a longer discussion on this, I wasn't ready for that.
No.
I just wasn't ready.
Totally. And your parents know. What?
And there's no exaggeration because I as a kid I loved climbing trees. The taller the better. I mean I would get kind of crazy with the climbing of the trees, and I ran right up the apple tree, and I remember like it was yesterday. My dad looking up at me, going, "Come on, it's not gonna be that bad. Come down."
No, it is.
We'll just talk for 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, no. It was awful.
But that's interesting because that fear. Which is not everybody reacts to that with that kind of fear.
No, I know, but
not everybody reacts with fear to that situation.
Right.
You react to it with fear. And there's something about that and your fear and these dreams, these exhausting running away
your
things.
Hormones have
I
to...
think it's the same person.
You know what it comes down to, though, in that case? When you're learning about sex, your hormones got to be ready. They got to match up.
That's right.
Like, I developed very late. So for a 12-year-old, I still want to hang out with my G.I. Joes and my stupid bike with the baseball card that made the noise a little bit. I wasn't ready for that crap. Your hormones got to be ready. You start feeling some shit. You're like, all right, tell me what this is. I need to know if this is cool or not.
Showing my to the retarded girl down the street.
It was all about just sex at that point.
11 or 12?
I was reading to my kids the other night. We have a rule that if they get their teeth brushed and their goddamn pajamas on by 7:30, I'll read a book. Those are the rules. I'm always glad when they get ready because I like to read to them. I do. I love reading to my girls. So we read a book the other night. We were reading Tom Sawyer. I'm reading them Tom Sawyer because Mark Twain, great author, and they're 5 and 9 years old. They're young for it, but they catch up to it, and they're fascinated by all the language. He uses big words and beautiful writer. And I picked Tom Sawyer, not Huckleberry Finn, because Tom Sawyer is a nice kid. Goes to school, he goes to church, lives with his aunts. Now, Huckleberry Finn is a dirty little homeless little white trash creep. And the main problem is that he won't stop saying nigger. I mean, 40 times a page. I can't sit on my daughter's bed and just say nigger all night and then put her to sleep. I just ain't gonna do that. Anyway, I'm reading him Tom Sawyer, and it's a real nice book, but then all of a sudden he runs into Huckleberry Finn on the street. And then Tom saw his friend Huck Finn. I'm like, oh, God, okay. All right, let's take it easy here, fellas. Let's just have a nice, quiet conversation here. Let's see how this goes. Huckleberry Finn was carrying a dead cat. It's not a good sign. He's walking around with a dead cat. Tom Sawyer says, what you doing with a dead cat, Huck? Huck Finn says, gonna cure my warts. All right. My kids are fascinated. Who told you could cure warts with a dead cat? Well, Tom Wilson did it. He learned it from Jack Johnson, who learned it from some nigger down the street. Oh, God. All right, girls, listen. Here's the thing. America... People would say this word, and it's not a good word, and I don't know why. I'm sounding like Bill Cosby right now. But people used to say this word, and this is not a nice word to say. And so we remember. I told the girls, you know, these boys are racists. These boys are racists, and they're not nice boys. I think we can still enjoy the stories about the fishing and the trading, and it's weird, man. There's a, you know, that's part of our history, and we have to know it's there. And how do you cope with in your past that's bad? Like, how do you try to feel like a good country when you've done things as an entire nation? How do you take your past and still feel good? You know, like when I was 8 years old, I showed my penis to a girl with Down syndrome that lived down the street. And I gotta walk around living with that every day. I gotta wake up as that guy. I was 8. If I did it yesterday, it would be considered a lot worse. But I'm still the dude that did that. I was just a kid, but this is still the penis that I showed to the girl with Down syndrome by the dumpster behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. That happened. Those were my values at 8 years old. And I know that's an awkward thing to equate to slavery in America, but it's kind of the same thing. Because that happened here.
I just knew that if I licked her face on the TV, it would get big laughs.
Yeah. That was great, dude. That was a rolling, massive laugh, which you don't see on
fun
live TV that much.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great, like, that was the, you know, a lot of stuff goes by quickly, but that was a moment I was able to, like, stop for.
Really? Yeah.
When I'm licking her face and people are going nuts and you're aware this is on live television.
Are you aware of that constantly, by the way?
Not only a few moments, but that was one of them. Like, this is on TV right now that I'm doing this, and I can lick her face as long as I want, and they'd have to, like, come and get me. And at one point, I got my nose in her mouth, and I decided my goal in my head is I'm going to try to get my whole head in her mouth. And I started pushing up into her mouth with my nose, and I felt her go, because she was gagging on my nose.
Dude, if she would have vomited on you, that would have been the greatest moment in live TV history.
Amazing. But I started laughing right then, so I stopped.
It was getting huge laughs up to that, though. I mean, every line was getting a laugh.
It was,
The open mouth kiss, which was a little obnoxious, got a huge laugh, and then right into the tongue.
Right, Jimmy, you didn't see the monologue, right?
We came into the dressing room. I watched it with.
That was the first thing Jay said when Lou walked in. Just an amazing
one of the
monologue.
best ever. Because
one of the best ever.
Jay.
Wow.
From being on the inside, what people don't realize is for some reason it's what they work on last. Like you get like Sally Field, and all day you practice sketches, and then like on Saturday they're still trying to bang out a monologue like at 4 in the afternoon. And for some,
and how good is
That's why the monologue's always terrible. It's always terrible.
Well, it's
like,
really
hey,
important.
waka waka.
You realize when you do it how important it is, because you get I never thought of this. I always thought of each sketch as its own compartmentalized thing. But when you host the show, they need to hook into you as a person. Because when you're in the sketches, whether you're playing whatever mountain man or whatever it is, they have to like you to get into the sketch. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so that opening's pretty important. Yeah, to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, in the dress rehearsal, the monologue I did like twice the amount so they could look at it all and decide what to do. And it went well. But then the first sketch I did after the monologue was a sketch that didn't air. Where I play a drawing teacher with kids, and I'm really mean, and they hated me for it.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, it kind of fucked me for the rest of the show.
Really? I don't think you want to say rape in your monologue.
I don't want to rape a child.
No, that might work below 14th Street, but up here...
Exactly. I call a little girl a in that sketch.
That's hilarious. Come on.
No, you would have liked it. It was funny.
Yeah. Maybe after the news.
It's like it's like a thing where I'm saying you can draw anything with your imagination. And like I draw 3 circles and I go, this could be anything you want. Maybe it's a robot ant. And some kid goes, maybe it's balloons. And I go, it's a robot ant. I think I was pretty clear it's a robot ant. And then later I decided, and I start kicking the kids out one by one. And then at the end I go, maybe it's balloons. This could be a pink balloon. And this girl goes, it could be red. And I go, it's pink, you little whore.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Awesome. And then I get arrested by the cops. But then the next sketch, everyone was like, boo.
Wow.
I'm so mean.
I'm surprised he got cut and not moved just after the second song.
Well, I had a chance to defend it. Like, Lauren took the card off the board and kind of held it. Like, he said, this is vulnerable. And
wow.
I said, you know what? Just get rid of it.
We're leaving our flank open with this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you were in the room when they picked the sketches. No one else ever is. It's you, and who's the head writer now?
Seth Meyer, and there was a decent amount of people in there. There was what's his
Kenny
name?
Amon?
Steve Higgins,
and
a few other people whose names I didn't know.
Were there sketches that got picked that you went, whoa, I'm not sure why?
No, I mean, the read-through was really strong.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good material, so I liked everything they picked. There was only 2 bits that I hated that I just don't like personally, and the thing you learn after a long time is you don't have to fight stuff right when you see it.
Yeah.
But sometimes things get taken care of on their own. And if you fought them and then, you know what I mean? So there was 2 sketches I never liked.
They were on the board.
And I didn't say a word about them.
You mean they were on the board?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after Dress, they got cut. And
Are you happy?
It didn't matter.
That.
Very happy. I only torpedoed 1 sketch, and I felt bad because the writer was a nice guy, and he was sitting right there, and I was saying, this is not that funny. It's not satisfying. Like, I fought against one.
What was it?
It wasn't on, so.
But you had to actually come out and say, like, I guess
The only one that I said something about, because I just didn't I didn't think I was doing a good job of it, too, so.
What was the gist of the one you torpedoed?
I don't know. The guy's a nice guy. I don't want to fuck his life up.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to ask you I want to ask Lou what he was thinking right before they introed you.
Yeah, your heart must have been racing.
Yeah, what goes through your mind?
Well, it's really emotional because it's a whole week, and everything I've ever done that's new, I always go through.
What did I draw? Immature. Jimmy. Let me knock this water over. Jimmy has to go, ha ha.
As Lou is trying to open up his heart for everybody.
No, thank God.
I don't know. Don't worry about what fell. Who gives a fuck? It's just a remote.
It's hilarious.
So you're a bunch of jerks.
So you're waiting to
Really
go on.
emotional click.
So you're waiting to go on camera for the first time.
Okay, so you do all this and you doubt yourself like 8-10 times during the week. Like this, I'm going to at this. There's a lot of process and it's exhausting. And then you finally get to you're standing behind this door and the music's playing and there's Don Pardo's voice saying, and there's this woman named Jenna who's the stage director, and she's getting ready to, she's really serious and counting down.
Oh, shit.
That's the worst.
And I said, Jenna, like I was urgent. I said, Jenna. And she goes, what? And I scared the shit out of her because we're 2 seconds to me going out.
You can't do anything.
Yeah. And I'm talking to her like there's a problem, and she goes, what? And I said, I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. Nice. And she goes, yes, you are. And then she pushes the door
asshole.
open. That's awesome. But that's how I felt. Like I mean, because I'm 45 now, so anything that you let go past without enjoying it, you're a real turd.
Right.
You feel like an
Yeah.
So she's standing there. I wanted to tell somebody I'm doing this right now.
That's so.
So I came out. I was really emotional and I was really happy.
Right.
When I came out.
That's awesome.
You change, like, being 45, you're saying, like, you want to enjoy everything as you're doing it, because it's, like, sometimes with an experience, it's, like, so intense and nerve-wracking, you don't even enjoy it. You just, you're like, okay, I'll look back on this and it will be fun, instead of liking
enjoying the moment.
You have to stop and go, I may never do this again. It's amazing I'm getting to do this.
Yeah. Did you feel totally prepared after a week? Did you feel like, okay, I'm good? I don't feel
not completely. And I was so excited. It's not a helpful emotion to be happy.
Yeah.
Because I sputtered the first few lines of the monologue. I was too excited. And it me up. Because, like, the first joke I said was, the power's back on, so we can go back to using way too much electricity. And I've done this before. I was so excited that I'm trying to say everything too soon. So I said, the power's back on, which means we can use way too much electricity. Because the word way was the first laugh.
Right.
So I said way like 6 times before it was time to
The way is back on.
because I was too happy.
Yes, you said curds.
Curds and way. And it got nothing. And I rushed past it because it didn't get a laugh to the next thing.
Wow.
But and I'm on live TV, so you're thinking you up the first joke, and now you're subsequently up the second one. And this could be a black hole that the entire monologue in it, unless you know when they burn forest to stop a forest fire.
Yeah.
You got to get a firewall in here somewhere.
Right.
I was having that thought somewhere in the
I know where your
monologue.
firewall was.
Where was it? Because
when old lady falls down and you see her inappropriate parts.
yes, that was the firewall.
exact moment where everybody went. Okay, everyone got off the hook.
Yes,
That was it, right?
that was the first laugh that made me feel normal.
Yeah.
And then I was
you
like,
settled
I'm
right
gonna
in.
be okay.
You settled
I'm
right
gonna
So
in.
be
goddamn
okay.
funny, that story.
Yeah.
Do they
Thanks,
talk?
man.
Do they talk to you about not breaking the fourth wall? Because I'm always amazed. No one on SNL ever breaks that wall.
You mean during the sketches?
Yeah. Do they say to you, "Don't do it," or does it just?
Why would he look at the fucking camera in the middle of a sketch?
No. No, but I mean, nobody even does it. Ironically, if something bombs, like nobody does it.
He broke.
I did a little bit
broke the fourth wall.
with the mountain sketch.
Yeah.
Because I up so many
couple
things.
times he broke the
I
wall.
made so many mistakes because there was all these marks I was supposed to hit. And every time we rehearsed it, I didn't go to any of them. And then they would say really nicely, we have no shots if you don't move.
The whole
when you
shot,
get in there."
it was like a big master.
It's a big master. They needed me to
it
move
was a
down.
One shot. The whole sketch, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
is a
because
huge
if I
master
had
from
moved,
across
they
the
would have had a
studio.
better shot. So
No one had any coverage.
they wrote it on the cards in huge letters. They wrote "step down."
Oh, wow.
And they said, "We're going to do this for you, so you don't have to worry about it." And I was like, no, that's cool. I'll see that. And then after like 3 lines, I realized I haven't moved.
Oh,
Totally fucked.
but your cool beard looked great.
And then I had this
Yeah, who
crazy
cares?
hair.
He looks good with long hair.
he looked awesome.
That's what
man.
we said.
There's nothing.
We're like, damn, Louis looks good with long
there was
hair.
no weak thing. There was no like. There's always like a hunk of like 10 feet where you're like, ugh, where you're like, God, and you're like, now after that sketch, I got to go to commercial. Then there's a band I don't know after that shit.
Yeah.
There was no. It was one of the better episodes I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks, man.
And after the one sketch, you laughed. So he did break
Can I
break
say
down
this
the
Yeah,
fourth
with the
wall.
hotel
The
sketch.
hotel sketch at the end, there was a huge laugh, and I kind of
Can
like that.
I want to make a point.
What
real
was it?
quick.
Hold on. What
Oh,
was
sorry.
that about?
The kid Bobby Moynihan,
Yeah.
that's his name, right?
Yeah.
I think who's in the sketch with me. He's a really nice guy, and I don't know. I just liked him, and we were doing it all week. You know,
Right.
That whole thing was dependent on me keeping that rhythm going. It was another one where I just kept just misplacing little words and up, and I felt like I made so many mistakes. But I don't know, and I was having a good time by then. I was really enjoying the show by then.
Yeah, the laugh was great.
And I knew we were close to the end, and I was feeling all this cool relief and stuff, you know.
So you kind of just let it out.
Yeah, so we're-
$7 or $150,000.
Yeah.
And also, they had told me this thing right before we went on. There's going to be a sound of a printer, and you're going to hear it jam, and then that's when you say it jammed. And
No
I couldn't
sound.
hear it. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, shit.
It was on the air, but I couldn't. I was just standing there
wasn't.
waiting, and there was like this long pause on live television, and so I just picked a moment to say the printer jammed, and then we went to
we went away with really no laugh at the end. So I'm just pounding on this fake keyboard, and I looked at Bobby, and we both just started crying.
I liked it. It was a real moment.
But now my kids, I take them everywhere. I'm responsible for every second of their lives. I'm with them all the time, watching them do their thing. I take them to soccer. Yeah, you're playing soccer. You're playing soccer right now. I know you're playing. Are you done? Okay, let's go over here. Was that fulfilling? Was it strengthening and confidence? Like, you have to do everything with them. And I have 2 kids, a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and when it's just the 3 of us, it can be challenging because they're very disparate skill levels. The 8-year-old is blossoming. She can do all kinds of stuff. The 5-year-old is not good at anything. I mean, she's 5. She's appropriate at everything for a 5-year-old. But what that means is that when we go out together, we have to choose that she can do. We're all brought down to her level. We're like 3 5-year-olds of different sizes, just doing boring 5-year-old shit. It's limiting. Hey, let's go for a bike ride. I'm never very confident in my bicycle. Oh, fine. Let's just sit here and look at each other then. Is that? Jesus. We went swimming once, the 3 of us, and it was torture because the 8-year-old is amazing. She's swimming and she's in the deep end. And she's swimming alone. She's lonely. She's, Daddy, please swim with me. I'm like, I can't because this one won't. We're in the shallow end. And she won't let go. She's like, I'm going to drown. Just, it's to your tits. Just please stand there. It's nothing. It's too deep. What, really? What? Like, I would just go, haha, you're dying now. That's funny to me. Like, really? If I wanted to kill you, I'd wait till you're sleeping and do this for 4 minutes. That's all it would take. You should thank me every morning you wake up alive. That's how easy it is to kill you. So why would I take you to a swimming pool in the afternoon to murder you? It's just hard because that one can't. She's nothing. Please. I wish I could. I wish I could say, you know what? Can you get out of the pool so I can go be with my friend who I have in common with? Do you have to ruin every day of our lives? No, that kid was a bad idea. I'm serious. And I love her. I love her. But I wish she was never born. This is... Any honest parent will tell you that they live with that ambivalence. And it's torture. You look at your beautiful child's face and you have 2 feelings at the exact same time. I love my daughter in a profound way. I cry at the drop of a hat when I think about her. This kid has made me love her so much that it's made me more able to love other people. I can love people that are dead that I didn't love properly. Her love for me makes my love transcend time and travel through space. This kid is amazing. You cut a tomato on a plate and she smiles like you just adopted her from Zimbabwe or something. She's an amazing creature of pure beauty and love, and I regret every single thing that led to her birth. That's how you feel. Because it's hard. If you're really putting the time in as a parent, there's no parent that's really raising their kids who hasn't given the finger to the back of their head at least 3 times by the time they're young. That means you're really doing the work. If you haven't done that, you have nannies and shit. You're not a dad or a mom. Good night, sweetie. Okay. Light of my life. Light of my life. Light of my life. Light of my life. I think that, I think one of the advantages to having kids is that they just cheer you on. Like, I have eaten my whole life, and my kids just think it's hilarious. They don't care. They're like, Daddy ate 40 cookies! They just think it's the funny thing.
Give me the stick.
You know what?
That's
a cool YouTube video, right?
That is.
That's something different. I like it.
It's funny though because there's a lot of comments on it, and some of them are like, "Fuck this video! I hate this video. This was a waste of my time."
Every single video on YouTube has dude. This sucks. It's a waste. You could videotape Jesus Christ coming back, walking on water, and there will be that guy. Dude, this is such This is why YouTube fake videos like this. So fake. And then they'd be fake, yeah. It's the same comments.
Yes.
And then there's the, dude, that's so funny, or that this rules, so talented, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what YouTube, it used to be cool.
There's another kind of another comment that's on every YouTube thing that I have, which is just a literal reaction to what was done.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few comments on that one that say, like, wow, he took that ice cream and got in that helicopter.
Wow. He took it, ran.
Like, that seems like a lot of, he didn't need a whole helicopter to get away from that child, did he? Like, people literally.
Taking it literally.
And you're using a child actor, but some of these dummies, this one right here, oh my God, that was so mean. I hope that was just a joke. And you didn't really just steal ice cream from a little boy making a dramatic escape on a helicopter just for the heck of it, because that would be mean.
You get what it is you get a cross-section of society. You get everything. You're not just getting people that get a joke or have a sense of humor or are stuffy business people. It's everything. So you'll get morons that think everything's real.
Yep.
You'll get the people that think everything's fake. Well, you get people that think everything's great.
Exactly.
Everything
Yes, exactly. No, the one that I have, the most innocuous video that I have on there, my dog fighting with a sprinkler, it's been hit 2 million times. Because
people love animals.
We wanted we want to show it at the virus tour, but we didn't. We can't get a good.
I don't have. I took it with a little digital camera.
Yeah.
So, but there's a bunch of people that are really mad at me because the name of the video is Louis C.K.'s Stupid Dog, and because I call my dog stupid, she's stupid. She's a dog,
of course.
And the video, if you haven't checked it out yet, is Louis' dog kind of chasing after a sprinkler.
It's just she's trying to drink from a high-powered sprinkler.
I like to think that she's trying to eat it. She's trying to eat it.
The velocity of the water is turning her head sideways,
whipping her head
every time she bites into it,
ripping out teeth.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Well, watch. Then she follows this thing.
She tries. She's like, and then she goes,
barks at it a little.
I'm done with it.
All right,
that's how we want to introduce you at the virus tour, but we don't have a good copy of that.
Well, since I put that one has more comments than anything else, and most of them are negative. People saying you shouldn't call your dog stupid. You're stupid because you didn't give her enough water. That's why she's doing that.
Dogs love things like that.
And people saying you're wasting water. It's a public park sprinkler near my house.
You got 6,300 comments and 4 honors, by the way. What are the honors for the video there, E-Rock?
Cruel.
Down, right there. No, up.
Most fake video. It's not even a real dog, dude.
E-Rock.
It's the dog in the Pirates of the Caribbean that is holding the keys.
This one is on. Also, it was on Keith Olbermann on.
Oh my!
It was on television.
Oh really?
I just read. Somebody told me it was.
E-Rock honors. You've never looked at honors on a video?
Why would he know about honors?
E-Rock, move the arrow to your left.
E-Rock.
All right, now up,
directing his mouse
to the right,
higher,
right,
higher.
Down.
Why?
Down to left.
Oh my God!
Right there. Right.
Oh my God! It's like a young retarded child.
I didn't know you could have honors. I don't even know what that is.
Most discussed all-time comedy. You're in 95th place.
Not bad.
Recently featured 66th place. You're big in Poland. Recently featured in Poland. 26th place, though. Let's see what Polish videos are beating it right now.
Wow.
All right, here's the Polish.
By a person doing the same thing.
Oh, boy.
Fuck, that's funny.
Polish people are watching it going, so that's how you drink from a sprinkler.
Well, you got the joy of shaving beating you. Go to the
joy of shaving.
First page there. Polish videos recently featured in Poland. Wow, I can't speak Polish.
You speak Polish? Oh.
Tesla.
Well, you were.
Tesla coil at Duxin 2007.
Tesla.
South Bank juggling. Ararat video. Whatever. I guess this isn't as fun.
Crap.
We were hoping. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
Damn. How many hits, though?
That one over 2 million. It's getting close to 3 now. I think it's like 20. Isn't it 2.4 million now?
Wow.
Oh, you're checking every day, aren't you, Louis?
Oh, yeah.
We do that. We do that.
How many do I have? Put my
Louis got
Vista in.
Louis got 2.5.
Damn it. Put my Vista in. How many? How many?
Anthony had a viral video, too, there, Louis. He's up to,
What?
what?
1.7, son of a bitch.
Good. What kind of faggot video is that? 1.7.
I know.
1.8 almost. Let's call it 1.8.
It's my Vista when I was loading Vista in on my Dell computer.
The biggest Opie and Anthony video so far on the video.
Oh, yeah. And the comments on that one are great because it's like, all right, Mac fanboy, why don't you blow it out your ass, you sissy, with your Mac. And then it's like, and then the PC people are even like, you can't figure out how to do it. You got to run the test first to see if your computer's compatible. And I'm like, dude, I know about computers. I did everything. Yes. I bought a computer that was a Dell computer that was Vista ready. It said Vista ready, but Vista wasn't ready yet. So they go, when Vista comes out, you load it in, and you're Vista ready. I go to load it in, wouldn't load, no drivers for it, and people going, well, it's not Dell's or Vista's fault, ass. It's your cards, your video cards didn't have the drivers ready for Vista. Jesus. Well, then Vista ain't ready to come out. It was working before Vista, didn't work after. It's Vista's fault, not NVIDIA. Yeah. I hate that, and they make it sound like, well, he must have a real piece of Dude, I buy and sell your piece of computers on a weekly basis. I'm sorry I have to bring my wealth into this.
Calm down. Calm down. Most people were with you.
No, the thing is that people... This is what I've learned from it, because obviously the Catholic one I did got the most negative response because it's very inflammatory.
Well,
but even the one I did one about my father, this whole thing where it's a cartoon.
Oh, yeah, that one's good.
It's just a cartoon of how I can do anything in a cartoon, but it mostly becomes about confronting my father. And I get a lot of people saying, you should leave your dad alone. He probably did his best. And like the thing is, I think people's problems is that it's okay to get offended by stuff you see, but because people get to comment, they think their being offended should matter.
Right.
And it just doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If you're offended, nobody has to give a shit that you don't like something.
Yeah.
You can just sit there and not like it and go f*** yourself.
That's why I like that they have comments for people's commens.
Yeah.
Like you can take his comment and then people get ragged on their comments. It's like, good, see? You said f*** you? Now these people are telling you. Go f*** yourself on your comment. Who animated that? Because that looked like you.
A great guy. His name is Aaron Augablick. They did a show. He did, no, that's David Trisman for Lucky Louie. But this guy, he does a show called Wonder Chosen on MTV. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. It's like, I can fly.
It's me telling my father that I don't appreciate his,
Dude, I got something to do.
I could do everything in a cartoon, because I'm a cartoon character. So he starts doing all these fun things in a cartoon, and then it always ends up him having some awful confrontation thing with his father.
Yeah. Stuff that I'm too afraid to have.
Is that worth
in real life?
Is that worth playing, audio-wise?
Nah,
no, you got to see it.
Yeah, the cartoon. Okay.
Yeah. The Catholic one's the best one, especially since we're on XM.
I'm going to give you the big plug. This is what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to watch all the Louis C.K. videos on YouTube.
It's definitely. If you go to youtube.com and then it's just /Louis C.K. Then that's my channel.
Yeah.
It's amazing that it takes like 4 minutes to set up and you have your own channel.
Your own channel. Hey, whatever you want to say.
It has the same bandwidth and strength as like NBC.com. That's why the internet scares the shit out of these people.
Oh, this is.
And all you need is a little push, some people to catch on to it.
Yep.
And you get huge amounts of hits. People see things more than they see.
Especially if you don't charge money. If you put stuff out there for free, because as soon as I see that I got to pay for something on the internet, it's gone.
Goodbye.
Like that.
I can't take care of myself, and I'm always just uncomfortable, just sweaty, and just like This is such a bummer. It's my nightmare. It's my whole life. Best thing that ever happened to me was boxer briefs. I'm so happy about boxer briefs. It doesn't seem like a big deal to most people. But before boxer briefs, I was trapped between the two awful worlds of briefs and boxers. Briefs are for a normal man with one leg here and one leg here. Two totally separate legs with a whole area between. And the briefs go up into this little valley, this little area, and they come down like this, and they can just tuck up in there and just hold them nicely, because he's got all that air and negative space. But this is just all mashed together, just upsetting, stingy, red, sweaty, just like this looks like a pig's ass when I'm naked. Like even my dick is curly like the tail. Like, this is a pig's ass. And I'd pull briefs on, and they just go, and they just grab my fucking balls. Like, here's your balls, you fat bastard. You like that? And they just dig up in there with this viciously sharp cotton, and after a while, I'd have just this wad of just damp cloth, just a wad of wet cotton, just like the size of a tennis ball, like a huge wad of wet cotton. And boxers were worse because they just let everything flap around and touch each other and upset each other. I need everything to be segregated down here. I need everything would stick and just get. And also, when I had boxers on, for some reason, I always had just water, like a quarter cup of water, just sloshing around my all the time. Just what is this water? It's hovering around my defying gravity, just like an upside down glass of water in my ass. I gotta manage because I can't stop eating. I exercise a lot. I run 5 miles every other day to manage to maintain this body that I have. Because the food, man, I eat like high octane crap, like the. So how have you all been enjoying living the way I already was for a couple of years before all this? Welcome to my life. Can't work, can't go outside, can't show your face, gotta wash your groceries. Because I got cum on the groceries. That's why in my mind, that's what it means. Maybe that's one you were thinking, but. I have a solution for the pandemic, by the way, for COVID. I have it. This is it. We test everybody, first of all. Now, every time we find somebody who has COVID, you kill them. That's it. That's the solution. You won't need another one after that one. That's the final one. It's been pretty amazing to be alive during this thing, during COVID, because you're not going to see this again. And wow, did we learn some shit. That's really the things that teach you in life are things you never would have chosen to do for yourself. I mean, think about your life as far as it's been where you have the choices, where you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to pursue this. It all goes to shit, every bit of it. And even when it goes right, you're like, why don't I like it? It's what I wanted, but why don't I like it? Because it's your choice, and your choices are based on fear and just thin, stupid hopes. But when life just kicks you in the balls, and you're like, oh, everything's different now, and it shows you you wouldn't have looked at otherwise. That's the great joy in it. And what I thought was really interesting about COVID, and still is that it's the first thing I've seen where everyone on Earth had the same problem. Every human being on Earth had the same problem. We never had that before. That's why we don't give a shit about each other. Because you read like, oh, there's floods in Houston. You're like, water, what is it? What's your problem? Floods. What is that? Just walk like this. What, you can't handle some water? My basement floods. What the fuck? Who gives a shit? Like, he's on a canoe in the street. That looks like fun. Why is that an issue? There's fires in California. Blow it out. Blow out a fire? Get the water from Houston and dump it on California. Fucking deal with it. But we all had the same problem. Every person from Zimbabwe to Tokyo to Newark to Honolulu, everybody was doing the same dumb shit. Every person had the same stupid moment at the same, just trying to get the mask out of the well of your car door. Trying to, I gotta go in Walgreens. Where's my mask? You try to, it's got pistachio shells in it and pennies. I'm sure it's still effective. I actually liked the masks because everybody looked nice. Everybody did. Because it's just their eyes. Eyes are nice. You never hear somebody say, that guy's got gross eyes. We should hide these. We should keep the masks, because this is disgusting. How do we just, with no shame, look inside my face? Spit and a tongue and teeth? It's gross. Cover your mouth. Don't. I'd rather look at your hole than your mouth. I really would. I'd rather stare into your hole than glance at your mouth. Aren't that bad. Not to look at. We don't like to think about because like they're, the shit and the farts and the diarrhea. But that's a small portion of their time. You ever really look at an ass? You ever really look? Once you see it like in nature, it's a little, that's all. That's your hole. It's like, you know what it is? It's just an aperture. That's all it is. That's your hole. It's like a camera shutter. That's all it is. It's like the opening to the James Bond movies. That's what your is. You ever go to lick somebody's asshole and there's a little guy with a gun in there? It was bad. Thank you. All right, faggot, how you doing? Sorry, I called him a faggot. I miss that word, I grew up saying that word, and it never meant gay. When I was a kid, I didn't know what gay was. No, I hadn't been told that people do that. I had no idea. Faggot didn't mean gay. When I was a kid, you call somebody faggot because they're being a faggot, Someone's just being a faggot. Shut up, faggot. Man's supposed to use those for that. Shut up, faggot. Didn't mean, I would never call a gay guy a faggot unless he's being a faggot. But not because he's gay, you understand? If I saw two guys blowing each other, and I don't know why I'm watching them do it, but if I just happen to... I stumbled upon a couple of fellas blowing one another on their respective panacea. It's a plural for penis that I invented today. Panacea. I would be respectful to them. I would, hello, gentlemen, whatever, But if one of them took the out of his mouth and started acting all faggy and saying annoying faggy things, people from Phoenix are Phoenicians or something like that. I'd be like, hey, shut up, faggot. Faggot! Quit being a faggot and f*** that shit. That's what I would say to him. I don't know. I would never call somebody a mean name because they're sucking a dick. Because if you could suck a dick, man, that's awesome. I respect you. Because I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I haven't tried and failed. have put myself there in my mind, and I couldn't do it because I'm afraid. That's the only reason. But that's why if you can, I think there's a strength in being able to do that. I believe that. I don't believe that blowing somebody comes easily to anybody. Even if it's something that you generally do, every new must take something out of you. There must be something you gotta do to get yourself ready, you know. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Here we go! So, faggot. I don't know. A lot of words that are... They're not bad words. No words are bad, but some people start using them a lot to hurt other people, and then they become bad. They become hard to use. There's words that I love that I can't use because other people use them wrong to hurt other people. Like the word cunt is a beautiful word. To me, there's just beauty in that word. And I mean aesthetically. It's like chocolatey and round on the ends. I just like the way it sounds. And I don't use it as an insult. I'm alone in the laundry. I'm like, cunt, cunt. I just like saying it. I would never call a woman a cunt, except for my mom, because she likes it for some weird reason. But it's a very misused word. It's supposed to mean vagina, which I don't think works at all. Because vaginas are so sweet. They're little pretty things with little flower petally lips, and I hear a piccolo in my head every time I see a vagina. Even vagina's too harsh for. They should be called like a. There should be a butterfly fluttering around every vagina all the time. Just all the time. A little butterfly. And you go to the doctor, he's like, well, the butterfly looks good, so we're in good shape. Good color to the butterfly. How do you look at something that pretty and say, that's a cunt? That doesn't fit at all. Maybe if it was a giant vagina and it was attacking a town and throwing buses around and knocking over telephone poles. Then you could say, hey, somebody shoot that cunt with a bazooka. He's gonna step on the candy store. So, faggot, cunt. Everybody has different words that offend them, different things that they hear that they get offended by. To me, the thing that offends me the most is every time that I hear the N-word. Not nigger, by the way. I mean the N-word. Literally, whenever a white lady on CNN with nice hair says the N-word, that's just white people getting away with saying nigger. That's all that is. They found a way to say nigger. N-word. It's because when you say the N-word, you put the word nigger in the listener's head. That's what saying a word is. You say the N-word and I go, oh, she means nigger. You're making me say it in my head. Why don't you say it instead and take responsibility for the words you want to say? Just say it. Don't hide behind the first letter like a faggot. Just say nigger, you stupid cunt. I don't know. I don't care. Somebody will kick my ass. I mean, all this goes on in my head. I don't really I thought the word nigger the other day. I'm going to tell you this story, and it wasn't racist. It wasn't a race even connotation. Let me tell you what happened. I went to a coffee place, and it was like a cool indie coffee. I don't like Starbucks anymore because you go there and they don't care anymore. They just press a button and some old lady's diarrhea comes out and they just give it to you. So I go to like a young people cool coffee place with like my band's playing notices on the walls, and it's called like the Howling Do whatever thing, and the dude behind the counter's got a tight t-shirt and a ponytail, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, hey, can I get a cappuccino? And he's like, yeah, right on, totally. Like, he's amazed that he could help me. Like, oh yeah, I got all this stuff right here. That's awesome. And so he starts making my coffee he worked so hard. He ground the beans just for that one cup and put them in the thing and tamped them with this old thing and you click, clack, and click and then he took the milk and he frothed it like for like an hour. And then he banged it on the counter. I don't know why, it was awesome. And he scooped it in and put a little cocoa on it. And he said, here you go, man. And I was just blown away. And for some reason, as I left there, the thought in my head was, that nigger made the out of my coffee. I don't know why. He wasn't black. That's just what was in my heart for some reason. Was that nigger made the out of my coffee. I don't know.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity.
That didn't freak you out a little bit?
Well, 3D IMAX High. Like, you know how they have those logos? It should say, like, 3D IMAX High is the best way to see a movie like Gravity.
Yeah.
I didn't otherwise... I didn't like the performances.
Right.
And I didn't know why these are the people...
that were in the
who
movie?
Are being called the astronauts.
Right.
Yeah.
It's two people, and you could have gotten anybody.
They should have just had
two. It wouldn't have been these two... terrific, made great contributions to theater of the screen.
Yes, of course.
But why fill their faces with chemicals to make sure they look like astronauts? I mean, you could get, there's so many people.
Right.
And also the idea that she's like a reluctant astronaut. There's no such thing as like someone's like, oh, I mean, the other thing didn't work out, so I'm an astronaut.
Yeah.
And
so
I hate
astronaut
space.
was something to fall back on.
Yeah, I'm so stressed out when I'm in space.
Like a trade.
Yes. This is what would happen if you're like, she's some scientist. Mm-hmm. You go to NASA if you got a interview.
Yeah.
Okay, you be her, okay?
All right.
And I'm going to ask you about how you feel about the program and sound a little hesitant.
Okay.
Okay, so how are you excited to try out to be an astronaut? Get the fuck out of here now. Get the fuck out of my office. There's the greatest people alive do this.
Right.
Everybody wants that gig.
And it's their dream from the second they left the womb.
Right.
All they want to do is go into space.
They never gave up on being an astronaut.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're obsessed with being an astronaut and you are the best at everything that you do, you're still going to wash out and not get to space.
Right. Yeah.
And yet this like, oh, and I get vertigo. No, you don't. Fuck you. And I don't know, whatever.
And then,
but when you're that stoned, and you're in the picture and you're going inside of the helmet, looking at the world from inside the helmet. It's pretty cool.
Not a freak out though. You're not a freak out pot guy where it's like, this is like freaking me out.
No, because they don't know I'm watching them, so they're not interacting with me. If I interact with human beings who are looking at me, I don't
freak out
like
a little bit.
That would be the thing.
Yeah.
The vastness of space thing would get me a little.
No, I could fall right into that.
Okay.
Except for I was getting also irritated by the lack of truth with the physics. Because they had an opportunity to teach people physics.
Right. Where did they fail?
Were they really off? There was a couple of times where they said they were off, like when they were holding each other's fingers. They said all she would have had to do in real life was just pull back gently and he would have come right back.
That's right. There's the whole, basically, the entire crux of the drama of the movie was a giant fuck you to physics. The idea that she's holding him and there's some force pulling him more and more, like an increasing force from what? There's nothing.
Centrifugal force, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Were they spinning?
Nope.
No, they weren't.
They weren't spinning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, although if she pulled like
a teeny bit, he would have come right back.
But
and also, when
she would have gone forward too.
When she's spinning, and she's going,
yeah.
oh God, close your eyes, close them. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling yourself spin.
Right.
Close your eyes.
Yeah,
that's all you would have to do.
Is doing this.
It's all relative.
Close your eyes,
like the Earth. So
60 seconds.
Yeah,
she wouldn't even have to be reminded. But even, honey, close your eyes. All right. Okay, good. I'm good.
Everything's fine now.
Good.
That's a good point. But I wouldn't have thought of that if I was spinning away into nothingness either. She probably just forgot.
She forgot.
Yeah, no, she's clumsy and forgetful.
Hesitant.
She's like Lucy.
When George asked her where she's from, like when they know all that, that took me out of the movie. I'm like, they would know all that before they went up there, right? But so tell me about you. Where are you
they
from?
Would know everything about
every
each
detail.
other.
What did they talk about during the training? He just kept saying your cunt stinks a lot. That's all he talked about in the training. Was our
that was the first 1,000 things he said. 1,001 was where you from.
Yeah,
where
do you have any kids ever fall out of that dump?
Yeah, and guess what? If you have like a background that's edgy, like your son died, they want, we're not putting you in space.
Right.
That's going to come up.
That could be a problem.
Yeah,
it's going to come
We're going to bum everybody out with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you up there all of a sudden waxing fantastic about your kid.
No.
Things up.
No,
wow,
billions of dollars that shit costs up there.
They
need boring, nerved people.
Right. You ever watch some of those guys on camera when they're having the spacewalk? Like they got to replace that giant cooling unit that's the size of a refrigerator. Their dialogue back and forth is just the most
mundane,
technical. The bolt is out.
Right.
Well, like if you ever listen to black box recordings to fall asleep. Have you ever jack off to black box recordings?
Yes. Yeah, voice recordings.
Yes, they have some on YouTube. And
I've
stuff.
seen. I've actually was listening to some of those just last week.
Yeah,
I swear. They're
well,
fucking
they are
tragic.
the pilots.
Going, right.
Even in the worst conditions, are steel until the very last second.
Yeah, then you got
They're
the
like,
old.
okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. This didn't work. This didn't work. The wing came off. We're going down. We're 50 yards from the ground. It's the last sound. It's like,
it is the last.
But they're not
right
panicking.
Before it, they're like, we'll try this. We'll try this.
Yeah.
That's what all pilots are like. And people in space are like the 0.00001% best of those people.
Right.
That's so
crazy.
That's exactly what it was.
That guy Sully, who landed the plane on the Hudson, steel nerves, he would have washed out. He would have never made it.
Never would have made it to space.
No.
Something up there, he would have been. But meanwhile, in the plane, we're not going to make it. We're in the river.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to try the river.
We're going to try the river.
We're going to try the river.
That's literally what he said.
Right.
Wow.
This is a very comfortable way to stand. I like to stand like this. Sometimes I stand like this. This isn't comfortable, but it's a tiny bit entertaining. Because it makes people look at you like, I don't know why that bothers me. That's a little weird. I mean, it's not crazy like standing like this, and it's not normal. It's just a little... You see people looking at you. What is it? Why is he... I do that when I have to go to places I don't like to go, like CVS. I hate CVS, but sometimes you got to go in there. That should be their slogan. CVS. Sometimes you got to come in here. Where else are you going to get your wart Band-Aids? And that's stuff for your dry vagina. Dry vagina. I used to think it was called a vagina when I was a kid because I grew up in Boston. Shut up. I don't care. In Boston, they have something they call the Boston accent. It's not an accent. It's a whole city full of people pronouncing most words wrong. It's a regionally agreed upon stupidity. And I was raised to talk like an idiot in Boston because the teachers talk like that and they teach you to talk like that. I remember my 5th grade teacher when we did sex ed, she was like, she was like a diagram, she was like, this is a penis and this is a vagina. Now during intercourse, the man ejaculates sperm into the vagina. And then later, baby comes out of the vagina. And sometimes it's retarded. Yeah. It's sad when they come all mentally retarded. I grew up in the 70s and teachers said retarded. Some people are retarded. And they got retarded vaginas. I really did think it was called a vagina, and because sex is such a mysterious thing to a boy. I thought it was like a thing that you use to vagine with. I gotta go to Rent-A-Tool and get a vaginer so I could vagine my driveway. I just made a really nice table. I gotta vagine it. That would make a nice table. Make a new table and you sand it and you're like, all right, honey, get up there. And she just... And you go, ooh. You don't even poly or anything. That's nice. That's like the old way to do it, you know? This table is very smooth because my wife have a very juicy boozy and she vagina the table is a long time. That is nice. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Tedesca-Tinioni. By the way, I was at Sundance Film Festival and Matthew Perry. I met him at we were at the bar of a movie party, and it was a free bar. They're giving free drinks. But anyway, this one brings us our drinks. He got a Diet Coke and I got a whatever. And so I give her $20, the bartender, and he goes, whoa, it's free. They're free drinks. And I go, yeah, I know. I'm giving her a tip. And he goes, he's totally serious. That's way too much. You're giving her way too much.
Dude, friend's money.
I'm like, I'm fine with it. And he goes, no. Like, he's literally taking my arm and, like, keeping me from doing it. And the woman goes, he can tip me whatever he wants to. And I go, yeah, man, it's okay.
Holy
I've been getting free drinks my whole life.
What
I'm
a
a comedian.
jerk
You
off.
pass that on, the savings onto the wait staff. You don't just pocket the... But this guy has literally probably close to $1 billion.
Especially in front of her to say that.
And he's
what a trooper.
Anxious that a stranger is over tipping a working girl in Park City, Utah.
That is a lot, though. 20 for 2 Cokes.
Maybe he knew you were a little strapped. He's just helping you out.
Yeah, dude, I've seen your show. Keep it.
You're gonna need this.
Cam right in the mouth and asshole.
Douche. You know what, though?
Weird
Maybe
thing.
you never know. Maybe that's some kind of Hollywood insider thing that they do just so people months or years later still talk about them.
Right. You're planting little seeds.
Like we're sitting there and you're
he's got
conveying
nothing
this
out.
story because he was an one day.
Now he's on the radio.
Any
He doesn't have a
publicity.
movie out or anything.
Well,
His career's done, isn't it? He's over.
I don't know.
Matt LeBlanc. Every time Matt LeBlanc was in a movie...
That's a different guy. I went to high school with Matt.
But every time he's in a movie, I'm like, oh, good, Joey got a pass.
I was on an airplane, and we were about to take off, and the flight attendant comes on, and he says, folks, we have a special announcement. Our pilot, Captain Davis, this is his last flight. Yeah, you don't have to tell us. You can keep that to yourself. I'm not excited. Guess what? You're on the bleeding edge of his competence. He can barely do this anymore. His hands are shaking like crazy. We're going to make him stop after this one more time with you. We live in an interesting time, you know, because you can be on a plane. You're one person on an airplane out of 200 passengers or whatever, and you're sitting on the flight, and you're 30,000 feet in the air in the middle of the flight. If you just decide to do this, you just sit there, and you just start going, "Mwah! Mwah! Mwah! Mwah!" Seriously, if you start doing that on an airplane and then don't stop doing it, they will land the plane. You can will a plane to the ground without a weapon or a threat. You don't even need to do that much. You can just sit there, you just start saying, down, down, down. Seriously, if you're on an airplane and you just start saying the word down at slightly above conversational volume, down, down. Sir, is there a problem? Down, down. A squadron of F-16s will appear in the window and they will force the plane to the ground. And you'll be in a lot of trouble. I guess, but how much? What can they really do to you? They can't make you go to prison because you said the word down several times.
Sir, why'd you do that? Are you a terrorist? No, I just didn't like up at the moment. And so I said the word opposite. So I just felt like it. So you didn't have to do it. You guys are weirdos.